Up with KREM begins now.
From hundreds of submissions down to just 12, the hunt for Spokane's new flag is nearing the finish line, and we spoke with some of the finalists about their designs.
I just made sure that my design could be seen, like if you're looking across the city.
I'll be telling you this morning when you can let the city know which design you think should represent Spokane.
Vaccine eligibility just expanded in Idaho. This morning, we'll let you know about the new age restrictions. We'll also tell you when the same rules will apply in Washington.
A little bit of fog and just a few showers this Thursday morning, but I'm tracking more sunshine later on this week and certainly for this weekend.
It's our town, our time, our team. Apparently, Creighton hasn't gotten the memo. The president of the university tweeted this picture and tagged Gonzaga's president.
Yeah, he's betting a box of Omaha steaks on the Blue Jays winning. In his words, it would be the upset of the century.
Yeah, so Gonzaga's president McCullough tweeted his response just 5 minutes later. And we'll tell you what he's betting on the Bulldogs in our next half hour.
Just saying, Tim, if he really believed Creighton could do it, he would bet some Smokey J's barbecue, which is the best barbecue in Omaha, hands down. Not these steaks.
Yeah, come on. We know the Zags got it anyway, so. All right, at 7:01 now, we do want to get a check of the forecast, though.
Yeah, Dana Marie, for sure.
Sorry, Dana Marie. Let's get to Thomas now, though, who's in the Outdoor Weather Center.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, wouldn't I give to have some barbecue or some steaks on this morning? But before we talk too much about the food, got to get through the forecast. You can actually see it's getting a little bit brighter from our Outdoor Weather Center, but the clouds are hanging just so low across the region. The hills, like the Dishman Hills that are off to my right that separate the South Hill from the valley, can't even see those off in the distance. Visibility isn't the worst it's ever been, but some small reductions across the area. So some light patchy fog as well as some showers over southeastern Washington near the LC Valley as well. These showers are moving away and they're dissipating quite quickly. As for Lookout Pass, notice how there's a little bit of some snow shower activity. Looks like you just got the grooving just from some traffic traveling across the road. So just be a little bit careful. Of course, seems a little bit foggy up in the higher elevations as well. Temperature-wise, everybody at or above the freezing mark as of this morning. Obviously, we're hitting our low temperatures as of right now. We'll warm up to around 50 degrees this afternoon. Might be lucky to squeeze out some sunshine late in the day, but I have a lot more sunshine later on this week. And when we get the sunshine, the warmer weather will follow suit. I'll show you when we'll hit 60 degrees yet again for this March. I'll come with my full forecast in a few minutes.
All right, Thomas, thanks so much. Looking forward to that. A big step forward for Idaho's vaccination distribution. Starting in 4 days, Idaho is expanding its eligibility.
Governor Brad Little announced that the state will allow COVID-19 vaccines for some teenagers. This morning, our Nicole Hernandez joins us live from Coeur d'Alene to explain why the state is expanding to younger adults. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning, Joshua. So Idaho Governor Brad Little said that everyone over the age of 16 will be eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine across the entire state of Idaho. Right now, people over the age of 16 here in North Idaho are eligible for that vaccine, but it will be extended throughout the entire state here soon. The vaccine will be available to those people across the state by April 5th. The Idaho Department of Health and Welfare explained the decision to expand eligibility a few weeks early, partly because of reports from providers. Many providers reported having unfilled appointments, and they're seeing more vaccines available than there are people actually coming in to get them. Idaho health officials say they are seeing hesitancy among people who are eligible to get the vaccine. KREM 2 talked to a 17-year-old Idaho resident who actually just got vaccinated yesterday. She asked to remain anonymous, but says she's surprised how quickly Idaho moved through this vaccination process.
I think it affects people differently, all ages, so you could be affected really badly at my age, and just those long-term effects, like what they're doing, I just don't know if that's safe to take that risk. So I think it's awesome that they're offering it to people older than 16.
And now Idaho Panhandle health leaders say it is taking an educational approach to Washington residents coming over to Idaho to get that vaccine. And of course, that is a big factor for us here living on the border. Live in Coeur d'Alene, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Nicole, thanks so much. Here in Washington, most people will be able to get the COVID vaccine starting May 1st.
That May 1st date does apply for anyone 16 and older. And the State Department of Health and the governor's office say they are following the president's directive. Earlier this month, President Biden directed states to make all vaccines available to adults by May 1st. The state says that they've been working to ramp up vaccine shipments into Washington. Next week, the state is expected to get nearly 409,000 doses.
As of March 17th, Washington is in Tier 2 of Phase 1B. That expanded eligibility to critical workers in places like grocery stores, transit, and law enforcement. Next Wednesday, another 2 million Washingtonians become eligible. Here's who will be able to get vaccinated starting next week. Anyone 60 and older, anyone with 2 or more diseases or medical conditions, anyone living in congregate settings like correctional facilities, group homes, or those that are homeless, as well as workers in restaurants, manufacturing, and construction. Time for your morning rush now. More news in less time.
A second investigation is opened into the COVID-19 outbreak at Durham Bus Services. Washington Labor and Industries say the investigation is into employee complaints. It's specifically aimed at coronavirus safety issues like a lack of social distancing and failure to enforce mask usage. The first investigation is related to a death of a Durham employee who contracted the virus. Under state law, Labor and Industries has 6 months to complete both investigations.
Well, back in September, several people were arrested in Moscow for not wearing masks at an outdoor church event. Now, 3 people are suing the city in federal court. They're accusing the city police department and the arresting officers, as well as the prosecuting attorney, for violating their First Amendment rights. The 3 were originally charged with misdemeanors for resisting arrest and violating Moscow's mask mandate. Those charges have since been dismissed. 2 of the arrests are also seeking other damages.
The Lake Pend Oreille School Board has voted to remove their mask requirement following spring break. The requirement comes as Bonner County coronavirus cases have dropped to a minimal yellow risk level as determined by Panhandle Health. Students can still wear a mask in school if they want to, and students will still remain in their class cohorts after spring break.
Well, the JCPenney's in Coeur d'Alene's Silver Lake Mall will close on May 16th. The superstore filed for bankruptcy last year. The JCPenney's in Coeur d'Alene is among 18 other stores planning to close the same day across the country. The retailer announced last May that it planned to close 30% of its 846 stores as part of a restructuring under bankruptcy protection.
And that's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media. Well, there's a new flag coming to town. We're down to the final 12 choices for you to choose from.
I tried to incorporate the symbolism from the 4 major areas that are in Washington and Idaho.
After the break, some of the finalists tell us about their designs and the meanings behind them.
New research shows women in Washington state are paying more than men for car insurance. We'll explain why in our next half hour of Up with KREM.
And coming up, we're going to take a look at, we're talking about the game against Gonzaga and Creighton coming up in the Sweet 16 this weekend right here on KREM 2. Tip-off is on Sunday at 11:10 a.m. It is the Zags' 6th straight season that they made it to the Sweet 16. That's a game you'll only see on KREM 2.